this gardening thing is literally all trial and error. Tomatoes are looking very nice. I want to show you all the clippings from the hydrangea plants. Look at this pepper. This is one of our dahlia bulbs that finally bloomed. This here is one of them. You can't really beat yourself up if you fail, if things don't work. The beautiful harvest. I'm about to pickle these at some point this week, put them in salad. Tons of possibilities. I literally have a headache right now because I just did so much admin work, but now we're taking a break and checking out the garden. I think we have some riped. I think our tomatoes are ripened. Yes, we do. Our tomatoes are looking very nice. Just gonna let them stay for another day. Oh, I gotta take this down. I'm gonna see how I feel. I might cut them, actually. We still have these that are ripening. I see some orange happening here, so this is gonna start turning red soon. These are still very green. Look at this pepper. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably cut them this week. Today or tomorrow. I'm gonna see how I feel, but these definitely got massive. I'm happy that I left them alone. And we have another little one growing right here and one right here. And look at this bell pepper. Like, this shit is fucking insane. It just never gets old. And then we have little buds right here. These are all little buds that are also growing. It's the end of September, so I'm very surprised this is even happening, but I'm very proud of myself. And what's crazy is I planted all of this in April, and these were not growing for a while. So it definitely takes a lot of patience. Gardening takes so much patience and trust. And we have some other tomatoes turning red. My basil plant is still growing, but it might be dying soon. The season's coming to an end, but we still have some little cucumber buds that are still coming along. We got one right here. And we have a little, we have two. We have a little cantaloupe. This is a little cantaloupe bud. Don't know if this is gonna make it, but let's see. Another little cucumber growing right here. This is one of our dahlia bulbs that finally bloomed. This is a pretty color. We got some marigolds that finally bloomed. These all took forever. Marigold. These are zinnias. These are all zinnia plants that who knows if they're going to be able to bloom this year. They might all die. We have another dahlia right here that could potentially bloom. It's a lot of things growing, but it's a matter of whether or not they'll hold up in the cold. With the cold front that's about to happen. But we shall see. I want to show you all the clippings from the hydrangea plants. So here's one of them. It's rooting so much. And these are like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 clippings in this one. So see how it's, see how much it's rooted. So now I'll be able to put this in the ground and we'll put it in the pot and have them grow. And we'll see which one survives. Like, these roots are they look so good and strong. I'm very happy about them. These are some other ones I made. These ones, oh, this one actually has some roots, so I might be able to use this one, but this other one didn't root at all. So yeah, it's all trial and error. But yeah, this gardening thing is literally all trial and error. You have to you can't really beat yourself up if you fail, if things don't work. Because imagine if you do try and this happens. So I didn't do any gardening growing up. I grew up in the city. We lived in the concrete jungle. We had no backyard. It was always something that I wanted to do, something that I was drawn to. So I said, you know what? When I get a house, when I get an apartment, I started dabbling in it when I lived in my first couple of apartments. But, you don't really get an abundance of sunlight. So when we bought this home, I told myself, this is something that I'm going to really lean into. And it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And there's definitely a lot of trial and error. And you really just have to lean into it and just try. So for example, I've learned as I've been exercising my green thumb that nothing really dies. So if you have a clipping of anything, you can pop it in some water, and if roots develop, you might be able to pot it. So once I got these hydrangeas and I clipped them, before throwing them out, I said, you know what, let me go on the internet. Let me see what people say that you can do with hydrangea clippings. And they said that you can propagate them. Because and that's another thing, I've propagated my pothos plants before. I gifted them to my mom and my dad and my sister. And I've separated my snake plants before, and I'm gonna try gifting one of them to my mom. So these are all things that I've just tried and I had great success with. So propagating is actually pretty easy, and I was able to propagate these leaves. I was able to propagate these hydrangea clippings, and let's see what happens next year. Maybe I'll be able to have a big plant that I'll be able to put in the ground around the house. Or maybe I can just put it in a pot. Who knows? You know what I mean? But that's why I love gardening, because it's just you're always learning. It's just something it's something that you're able to do, to use your hands to really ground yourself in. It's a fun hobby, but you're also using your brain, because you have to remember all the information, do research, retain knowledge. So it's like a win-win. You're learning. It's just active learning for me, which I like.